All right. Think we're online. What's up, everybody? Not too many of you in here right now, but I know it's, as always, short notice, no notice. Um, I had an idea earlier. Man, I look like I just woke up. I kind of did just wake up. I had an idea earlier this morning, and something I've been playing with in my head for a long time now. And I figured I'm starting to get some of the skills that I need to be able to accomplish this idea. But as I've been working on it, I did something. I did a whole thing. You might have seen my Instagram or my Twitter. I posted this picture of like a 3D sculpture of a werewolf, like in a T pose. And I should have filmed myself doing that or streamed it or something, but I didn't. And I kind of regret that now. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a good job or if it was going to come out the way I wanted. But it did come out pretty good for me, even though there's a lot I still have to learn and I still have to kind of figure out how to pose it and stuff like that. But my idea is this. You see this cryptid scrolling animation that I made a couple of years ago. I've always wanted to pretty much make that into a 3D thing. Put on a little bit of music here. So I recently started looking into Blender. It's a free 3D software that anybody can pick up. It's got a learning curve there, but it's not too bad. And I decided to start fooling around with it. It's got some sculpting features. It's got everything from modeling to animation, rigging characters, and all this stuff. It's crazy. It's a lot to learn, but I basically just want to learn whatever I need to accomplish this task, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Um, what I want to do is recreate this entire cryptid scroll with the night sky, the vehicle, all the monsters, the trees, the grass, everything like that, and have it be in 3D. So it'll be scrolling this just like this, but much more realistic looking, with lighting and interesting stuff with the shadows and things like that. So I figured start where I can, which is right now I know how to sculpt stuff in 3D. I've been doing that for a few years. Well, many years really, on and off. And I can at least start creating some of the assets that I will need to be able to do that. And hopefully I'm going in the right direction and I'm not going to, shoot myself in the foot by putting something in the wrong way or not creating something the way it needs to be created to later be used in an animation like this. But it should pretty much be like statues. I just need to learn to pose them. Let's see, who do we got here? Lee is here. Vernon. Hey, what's up? Long time no see. Hope, Tim Dog, Thomas Anderson. What is up, my friends? Good to see you all. Lightwave 3D. I've heard about that. I've heard of Lightwave 3D. I think I wanted to get into it before. It was like Lightwave, Cinema 4D, Mudbox, all these different ones that were out there. And man, that's a long time to be using Lightwave. You must be really good at it. You're probably like a wizard. So, at the risk of embarrassing myself on here on YouTube, I am going to share this experience with you guys. So let's do that. I'm gonna go to my screen share. One of these. Okay, we can go to that one. We'll keep it here. This looks good. All right, so let me resize this actually because it's not necessary for you to see all of that. I'd rather you see a little bit more of this. Somebody's calling me. All right. So, let's see here. Maybe you don't need to see so much of that. No, that's good. All right. So, I got a little tiny drawing tablet for uh-oh. That's not what I want. For this particular occasion, it's like 20 bucks or 30 bucks on Amazon. Pretty good deal. And let me explain to you what I'm going to be doing in this video. Not a scary story video, because I don't have that many of those yet right now ready to go. I am going to take this guy and then use this really nice base mesh. I think it's somebody ripped it out of a Spider-Man game or something. I got it off of one of those free 3D model websites. But I'm going to try to transform this, and I'm using this so that I can get some level of consistency with proportions and stuff like that. And that should make it easier when it's time to start rigging. I don't know why this thing is freaking out like this. It should make it a little bit easier when it's time to start rigging the character, so I can actually put some bones in it and pose it the way I want. Yeah. Okay, so you said light wave. Thomas, you're saying light wave is very intuitive, but very spendy. I bet. All those, I mean, Blender's the only one that I know of that's like completely free. Yeah. Simon, that's not how we talk here. That's kind of rude. Let's not do that. I probably won't acknowledge any further things like that at all. All right, so yes, I agree, Thomas Anderson. Learning should never be embarrassing. I'm not. This is just a figure of speech. You guys know that I mess around and screw up all the time on this show, and it's all good. So what I'm going to do is try to replicate this silhouette of this Mothman type character and do that in 3D. But I also want to kind of so these are all going to be silhouettes with glowing eyes. They're not going to be it's not going to be super detailed. I'm trying to start simple. So it's not going to be really, really detailed, but I'm going to pretty much use my imagination on a lot of this and create the imagery that I want for each character. I'm not sure if I showed you guys. Well, if you look at my Instagram and Twitter, I put up a photo of kind of not render, but the sculpt of the werewolf character that you can see in the background in my cryptid scroll. And it came out pretty good, so hopefully I can pull something off similar with this. All right, so let's just get into it. This guy, first of all, his head is going to be completely destroyed. That's the first thing we need to do. And I'm going to be, and I'm, like I said, I'm still learning this, what do you call it? Oh, I got to add a modifier here. Hold on. Adding an x-axis modifier so that anything I do on one side will work for the other side as well. Turn off my mouse because it's, I think that might be why. Nope, that's not why it's freaking out like this. Whatever. It'll be okay. All right. So let's see. I'm learning as I go, just like you are. Why is this doing this? Every time I do something weird ends up happening where it's like makes it look crazy. All right, so I want this guy's head. First of all, his head needs to kind of crush downward into the body, and I need to find a tool that does that. Hello, Lori. Good to see you, as always. Okay, maybe this will do it. No, not quite. Maybe this. Oh, look at that. Definitely is making, I kind of want like a somewhat squat figure So that actually looks kind of good. Maybe we can build on that. Let's see. Yeah, Thomas Anderson, I agree. It's definitely one of the more comprehensive, one of the more comprehensive, if not the most comprehensive drawing or 3D design app out there. Okay, so let's see here. Maybe we can flatten that out, or it's smoothing actually. I want to keep some of the detail in the art. Whoa, what happened to the fingers? What in the world is that all about? All right, so I'm going to start probably cutting some stuff because I think he needs to be cut. He's got too many fingers. I want the Mothman to have like 3 deformed looking fingers. I've got to just look through the tools and see where I can get this. Hello, Cindy. It's good to see your letters. You said it's good to hear my voice. I think it's good to see your words. Okay. Yeah, this isn't going the way I was expecting, but it's all right. We're gonna figure something out and make something work. Something is gonna work here. Oh, that's way too big. All right. I'd like to kind of smooth this area out a little bit, but I want to kind of have his head melt into his body. And this, as with most stuff that I do, art-wise, it usually starts out really rough, always. Oh, Cindy, thank you so much for the super chat. That is awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. You guys know, if you do a super chat, I'm like obligated to read whatever message you put in. But Cindy, you never put in a message. You can make me say happy birthday to someone or something like that. Not make me, but ask me. I would always be happy to oblige such a generous patron. Okay. See, I also don't understand quite why the wireframe is looking so weird. Or not the wireframe, but why it looks so strange here, this surface. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot that I have to learn about this application. Okay, wait, I'm starting to see how this works. A thumb. What does that do? Just drags out a part of something? That's weird. All right, maybe I should just use a clay brush or something. Okay, just to start adding in and sculpting. Is there like a subdivision, a subsurface modifier, a subsurface division thing here? Because this is like really, really smooth, and that's not what I want right now. Maybe I should start with, because back in the day I used to use a program called Sculptress, which was, okay, I want to subtract from here. It's called Sculptress. It was kind of like a ZBrush light. And I just tried to go online and find it again. I haven't used it in years. What the heck? Yeah, this is not doing any of what I expect it to do. And I'm not liking the phallic nature of what his head looks like. This is not my intention here. This is I must say, this is the first time I've actually tried sculpting in Blender, and normally it's not. I mean, I thought it would be pretty intuitive, but it's not doing any, it's not behaving in any way that I've seen a sculpting app behave before. I don't know why. Like, I don't understand. Maybe it's the model. You know what? How about this? I'm going to start from scratch. I'm not going to use this guy. I'll delete that and I'll just go with a sphere to start with. How about that? I'll focus on that thing for now. And then we'll go from here. All right, go back into sculpt mode. And let's see if this at least looks like what I think it's supposed to look like when I draw on it. Yeah, that's more like what I'm expecting. This type of thing. All right, that's good. We can deal with this. We can work with this. All right, now let me see. I got to find a grab, some kind of grab brush. Blow up the head a little bit. Yeah, it's the way that I'm used to sculpting, and like the werewolf guy that I sculpted was on an app called Nomad Sculpt on the iPad. I'm almost thinking about just pulling out the iPad and hooking that up to this thing so I can just burn through it and easily start sculpting the way I want. Because so far I'm not really liking this Blender sculpting thing, but I know people use it to great effect. I know that for a fact because I've seen tons of people doing that. Elastic deform. I don't even know if maybe I need to turn on the dynamic retopology or something. Look through all this mess of modifiers. See if I find it in there. I don't even know if it's in here. I could just be looking right past it. I don't know. Okay, let's just find some kind of moving thing so I could stretch this out and make a real body out of it. Okay, see, this is so weird. Why does everything I'm sculpting turn out to looking like genitalia? Yeah, this isn't working. All right, new plan. I will figure out how to do this offline some other time. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a second and grab the stuff that I need to sketch this thing out and make it nice and do what I'm trying to do so I can move on with my day. All right, so in order to do that, I got to step away for a second and grab my iPad. If you give me 1 minute. All right. So just got a little bit more setup to do. And then you'll be able to finally see what the heck this is all about. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. You must adapt, overcome, conquer. Nomad sculpt. Okay. Here we go. Oh boy. Change that back here. It should not be looking like this. Always something, folks. You guys know that. Okay, here we go. Finally. All right, you want to come back there? All right. Thank you, buddy. All right, you can this is the sculpting application that I've been using lately. And it's very to me it's one of the more intuitive ones. One of the more enjoyable. So I'm going to move this stuff out of the way so I can actually use this. And this is on my iPad, what you're looking at right now. See, it's a lot easier. You'll see what I mean in a second. All right. So let's see, what can I pull up here? Give me a second to pull up what I'm trying to pull up. I don't want you guys seeing anything you're not supposed to see. This should be saved. All right, now I'm going to open something that I did before. Okay, so now you can see. This is the werewolf guy that I sculpted. If you look closely, you can see that I obviously got a lot further than I just did with Blender for whatever reason. I don't understand. I'm not sure why it went down like that, but this program works the way that I expect it to. And the sculpt is not perfect. There's some errors that happen here. Like I lost the finger there somehow. I don't know how. I was just working on this one, and then I looked over there, and that was gone. But okay, so I'm gonna pull up my cryptid imagery on this screen up here, and then you'll be able to, so you can kind of see what I'm looking for here. Oh my gosh. All right, how about this? We'll do it like that. No, over here, Mothman. Here we go. So Mothman's over here. And yeah, this is just all topsy-turvy. All right, so let's just go around and start. I'm going to start a new thing. All right, so watch what happens when I work with this app. It should be a lot more, should be a lot better, a lot more pleasant to watch than what you've been seeing. Is my Apple Pencil not charged? Okay, great. That's not charged. Let's give that a few minutes. But in the meantime, I'll go back and look at this so you can kind of see the path that I took to get there. Maybe I could even move stuff around with my hands. Is that possible? Let me try that. Might be able to use my fingers. Oh, I sure can. Look at that. All right. So see, this it's just like it just works a lot better to me. Very easy to use this one. It's automatically. I don't have to add any weird stuff to make it work in a certain way to make it what do you call it? Turn on symmetry and stuff like that. Let's see, maybe I don't want to get too far before I mess myself up here. Where's the little snake brush thing? All right, I'm going to turn on some dynamic retopology to make sure that this thing doesn't get too out of hand. All right, so there's going to be, see, I want the head kind of looking really bulbous and kind of sunken into the chest. See, this is working out pretty good already. That's all right there. And then we're going to have to build up some muscly areas on his back for where the wings are going to be. And I want his waist to be really, really skinny. Maybe some really tiny insect-like legs. I'm missing some stuff in the chat here. Siani, Siani, is that the right way to say your name, Siani? Please let me know. All right, Lori, hey, take care. Pick up that kid. Yeah, sorry, I was probably AWOL for most of the time that you were even there. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's say I drag. Whoa, that's not what I want to do. There should be like a snake hook thing, one of those little pieces. Or maybe I just need to lower the size and then I can pull out. Oh my gosh, that's going to be useful though. Did y'all see that? That was pretty good. This needs to be bigger. Or maybe it needs to be weaker. Okay. There we go. See, I hope you all can see how much more intuitive this part is. You know, it's like taking me a couple seconds to do versus struggling to figure it out. I mean, I have been messing with this app for a while, but not that long. All right, so now let's go to this. Let's go pull out his arms. And like I said, I want to make his arms something like I want him to kind of have some, you know, swole arms a little bit. Not super swole, but somewhat swole, you know. Maybe a little bit more there. And I'm doing him as kind of like a pose so that it'll be easy for me to use the same skeleton whenever I get to that point. So you can look at that 35% already with the Apple Pencil. That thing charges really quickly. I'll make the wings a separate structure at some point. All right, move him up here so he's above the ground level. Sharni. Oh, cool. iconic hunched over hooves. You want me to give him hooves, or hooves as some people say. I kind of like, if you look over here, the way I drew it in this, he's almost got like two long spindly toes. I think I'm going to stick with that design. I'm going to move this over, and I can probably pull out another one of those. All right, I could have sworn there was a little snaking tool in this program before. Could be wrong, but I really thought there was. See, now I got the, whoa. Now I got the Apple Pencil back, and hopefully you're going to kick it into overdrive a little bit. This looks so weird. But I'm trying to make it weird in a good way, in a nice and creepy way. Just need some refinement, some detail. All right, so let's start with the head now that we got the pen back. I get my clay brush and start drawing on some detail, or sculpting in some details around. Okay, it's getting a little too crazy here. Whoa, where did that come from? That's not what I want. See, the thing about this is sometimes, once in a while, you have to sort of learn some stuff and read things, and see that those are way too many polygons. Let's see if I can decimate this and bring it down. Or maybe I can do this voxel thing. There we go. See, because eventually it'll really start slowing your system down if you're not careful. And I could smooth all that other stuff out later. There's so much work left to do on this that it doesn't really even matter if I lose small details right now. I just want to make sure. I'm not sure what the setting is to make sure that it doesn't really get so divided in so many polygons as I'm drawing. Oh no, that's not what I wanted either. I'm just really trying to avoid slowing my system down. Yeah, the normal drawing brush never looks as good to me as the clay brush when you're adding on material to something. That's how I did the werewolf. I mean, it almost comes out looking like individual like muscle fibers and sinew. Really cool looking effect. I mean, you lose most of that when you optimize it and all that stuff, but this seems to be the way for me to go. All right, now you'll start to see it take shape finally after how long we've been on? 30 minutes. All right, so I just imagine these kind of muscular structures underneath. Might not be very anatomically correct, but to me it looks somewhat plausible. I should probably use a brush for the eyes. Yeah, I think the eyes are a little too out there. Let's bring those back in a little bit. Oh, Mothman. How about that? Mothman. All right. It looks a little more reasonable. It kind of looks moth-like, vaguely, doesn't it? All right, give him some nice pecs. But I want the structure to be a little bit less human and more something else. Let's see, Mothman has abs, right? Probably. But I also want him to be really skinny down here, so let's do that real quick before we move on too far. Yeah, see that? It just works kind of pretty generally the way I think it's going to work. Creepy Clown Girl, hello there. Santiago Diablos, hello, my friend. Good to see you. I haven't seen you in quite a while. Hope everybody's well on this Sunday morning. I don't think I said that yet. Okay, so this guy's gonna, these muscles, like a row of powerful muscles in the back to operate those wings that he's got. Give him some nice crisscrossing muscle fibers for the abs, and then he's gonna get a little bit of ab action there. I'm not gonna do him like that and not give him a nice at least six-pack. All right, see that there? That's starting to look pretty good. All right, so now onto the legs. There's some quads. I might have to reshape this groin area. I think I will. I like that idea. Rib cage, like a protruding rib cage popping out. That might be cool. But remember, for this thing, I mean, I'm still a total, as you can see, a total beginner with Blender. So my first goal for this project is to, I'm gonna give him a little butt, a little booty, a little bit, not too much. I don't want to get carried away, but he deserves a little action in the trunk area. Yeah, see, that's not bad. Nice and tight. I'm not focusing too much on smaller details because it's pretty much going to be a silhouette that you're going to see, just like you see right here. That's what it's going to be like, but it's going to be 3D, and there's going to be some textures and stuff. Once I learn about that a little bit more, I'm going to play with some textures and see where it goes from there, because I want it to look really, really cool and haunting. And I want to do it as soon as I possibly can by focusing only on, focusing mainly at first on the stuff that I kind of know already. I'll give him a little bit of calf muscles here. The silhouette's got to be very distinct and strong, so got to give him a little bit of a distinction here. I need to move this a little bit. Okay. Whoa. Sorry about that. Had a big old alarm go off. Yeah, I'm not really liking the way this looks here. It doesn't look intentional enough. If you can add, maybe I add a little bit of clay here. Add a little bit there to build it out a little bit more. Do I need to do another remesh? Give myself a little bit more space. Yeah, I think that worked out okay. Need to fill these areas in here. There we go. So yeah, I like to, even when I know that detail's not necessarily going to be visible, I like to think about the underlying structures and stuff like that when I can. Okay, thank you so much, Cindy, for dropping by and for your generous super chat as well, my friend. I always appreciate the super chats. See, he's got to have like a little toe bone here, just like I have, and he's got to have the heel, even if it's way different than what a normal person would have. See, then the heel connects to this ankle, and then that goes up into the rest of the leg. See, now that looks more like a plausible leg to me than what we had before. Give him the other side of his ankle here. Hopefully it's somewhat on the same level. But hey, maybe his ankles are a little different than, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. How's that look? Almost looks like a chicken foot. Gotta give him a toe bone here too. There we go. It's starting to look more and more like a hoof after all. Definitely noticing that. Yeah, he does not seem to be a skipper of leg day, because his legs are pretty muscular, sinewy even. All right, he needs to do some squats though. That butt's looking a little deflated. I'm gonna help him out. I'll give him a little more hamstring action too. Why not? All right, I'll give him a little gluteus. I think, what is this? The minimus, medius, maximus. There we go. And no, I'm not going to model the gooch area too much. See, that's a pretty good set of cheeks right there. Not necessarily the type that I would want to clap, but to each their own, you know what I'm saying? See, if I could get Blender to work like this, which I know there's a way to do it, I just haven't figured it out yet, I would be very, very happy with Blender. All right, let's go on to the arms now. So this doesn't really make that much sense right now. So I'm going to change this around so that it's over here and that the action is here and bigger. Yeah, so you can kind of see what I'm going for, what I'm looking at. That'll be better. Hey, Shinfits, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Have a good day. This fine Sunday morning. All right, give him some triceps. See, I want the arms to be a lot more muscular because for the arms, I mean, this dude picks people up and carries them away and takes people to. I can't remember what they said that he did, and I think he just is seen sometimes. But in my mind, probably is known to pick people up and fly them off to goodness knows where. So he's going to have some big hulking arms and back muscles. See that? Thing. He can pick you up and take you all kinds of places. Against your will, of course. All right, so I'm going to have to move his arms a little bit. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, so I want his arms to be long on the longer side. Straighten these out a little bit. I'm definitely an advocate for this app, this Nomad Sculpt. Not sponsored by them in any way, of course, as you probably would have guessed, but I would 100% take them up on an offer if they ever gave me one, because I'm actually quite enjoying this process. And I'm not a professional or anything. I'm just kind of messing around and doing my best, but it's a very enjoyable app to use. It's easy, it's pretty intuitive for the most part. It didn't take me that long to figure it out. All right, I want him to have like a mouth piece here. And nice rounded bulbous eyes. Let's see if we can crease around there to make them even more, make them like pop out a little bit more. Yeah. All right, so this is going to be the freaky part. Let's bring out a little nose thing. Ooh, that reminds me of Zoidberg a bit. I wasn't trying to come out like that. I want it to kind of be in the middle here. Then I'll probably have to subdivide this or retopologize because that's really wonky. Excuse my stomach rumbling or complaining. I didn't eat breakfast today. Just had my mint tea. Oh, I had made some changes this morning for the first time. I did this, I do my mint tea when I'm doing a show. Just stand by. I do the mint tea normally to prevent things like what just happened, which is getting a dry throat. But, it's not perfect. No system's perfect, of course. But today I actually added some fresh mint leaves from my garden. And that changed the entire experience for the better. It was really good. Well, what's going on here now? I'm trying to draw on this and it's making it smaller. Here we go. Not important. I highly doubt that you're not important, my friend. I'm sure you're just joking around. I said I'm extremely talented. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't know if I like the nose thing being that long. It's a little too long. Maybe I can trim that. How do I do this? Okay, view. Lasso. Oh, cool. Never used that tool before. I don't know if it's a great result, but let's see. Maybe we can smooth it. It doesn't seem to be symmetrical at this point, though. No, that's fine. They'll get when it does the retopology again, should help it out. All right. Okay. So now let's do the arms. We'll go to the elbow. Should be about here, I think. Wrap that sinewy muscle around it. Flow into the forearm. See, if you've seen enough reference and bodies and stuff like that, it's not that hard to do this type of thing. This is cool that you could kind of like sketch on either side and you can just kind of go around dynamically and do what you got to do. All right, so now we're going to make his little messed up hands. They're not that messed up, but you know what I mean. See, so what I want to be able to do is create stuff like this, create it this way in this very easy and fun way, and then bring that into an app like Blender. Oh, whoops, that's not what I meant to do. And once it's in Blender, I can then, oh, did I want to do it that way? Once it's in Blender, I can then rig it up and like a puppet and pose it whichever way I want. That's what I'm really looking forward to, developing that skill set. Okay. So now, let's see, go back to clay and start sculpting this out. Let's get his little knuckles there. Smaller, more detailed areas in the hand. Yeah, the clay brush is definitely my favorite one for modeling bodies and organic stuff like that. Things that don't have to be completely perfect, and like doing hard surface modeling, I would never use the clay brush. It's like I don't even instinctively think about it. Hard surface modeling would be something like, like a vehicle or a structure like a house or something like that. Clay just doesn't make sense for that. But this is more my speed. This is more stuff that I feel more confident in doing. I need to build this area up a little bit more. Yeah, this dude, in my mind, the Mothman kidnaps people and drops them off in other dimensions and stuff like that. And these are the these are the hands that would do such a thing. Carry you from one plane of existence into another without a word. He doesn't let you know his reasons why he chose you, or what's even going to happen to you. You just find yourself in this thing's arms at some point. Maybe you were asleep on the bus, or you fell asleep at the bus stop. Next thing you know, you're hearing the flap of leathery wings. You're feeling the breeze of the night air on your face blowing through your hair. And you look up. This burly chest is pulsating, throbbing in your vision. It's all you can see. You squirm around a little bit. You turn to see the tops of buildings far beneath you. The chest muscles of this beast flex and almost throb. This is getting strangely erotic, isn't it? It's not my intention. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Catch a glimpse of this pale red glow where you would think the head of this man would be. Only it's not a head, it's almost like a lump, protrusion doesn't really qualify as a head. It stares blankly into the night as it soars over the city. Should I put some antennas on this thing? Rawati, what's up, my friend? Good to see you. Oh, stand by, folks. I'm getting a phone call. All right, I'm back. Had to take that call. This program is called Nomad Sculpt. It's an iPad application. Yeah, I'm gonna have to clean these up later when I import this thing into Blender. See, the only thing I don't like is that every time I have to topologize something, it just smooths out the entire model, and I lose a little bit of this detail. But for the most part, I mean, as far as I understand, I'm going to have to redo a lot of this detail. I'm going to have to redo the whole sculpt in Blender anyway. But, you know, it's still a lot easier to me to start with this than to, right now at least, because I don't know Blender very much. It's easier to do it like this so I can get a baseline, easy, quick sketch baseline of what I want to start off with. I think the app is like $15 or $10 on the iPad, the App Store. But I definitely like this app. It's very easy to pick up. I watched a few videos, and I don't know everything about it, but I have obviously a baseline understanding of how it works and what it's capable of. All right. And look, I did this. I'm actually really proud because started this from a sphere. You know, normally I like to try to start from something else, like something pre-made or something. But this time I just started with a sphere, and it worked out really good. Maybe I should replace these eyes with spheres. Let's see. Oh, that looks creepy. And that looks even worse. No. Maybe I can flatten those. flatten it. All right, so let me see if I can just add in some spheres. That might make it look a little bit better. Yeah, I think this looks better. Yeah, I dig it. Yeah, what do you guys think about that? Hey, Mr. Dan, Jake, Tarico, what is up, my friend? Yeah, yeah, he's jacked because this Mothman likes to engage in certain activities that the other ones don't. I guess the skinny little non-gym attending Mothmen, they don't know nothing about biceps, stuff like that. And this guy, I mean, he flies around picking people up and dropping them off in alternate dimensions. He's not one of those old school Mothmen that just shows up whenever something bad is about to happen. He's active. He goes out there and does his thing. All right. Okay. Yeah. I think that looks pretty good. Maybe I should close this up a little bit. That looks weird. There we go. Yeah, I think this might be the most detailed 3D model of the Mothman that I've ever seen. It is the most that I've seen. I'm not saying that it's the only one that's been done. I'm sure somebody has modeled a more detailed 3D version of their interpretation of the Mothman. All right, so now it's time for the wings. So let's see, what do the wings look like here? My version of the wings is a little bit beefier than other people were. I mean, the ones that I see online. Thanks. I'm glad you guys like how it's looking so far. Let's see. Should probably go with another sphere, and we'll have that for the wings. Just like I stretched it out and got all the parts that I wanted for, I mean, you know, I just basically made a sphere into what I needed for the body. I will do the same for the wings. Then I will retopologize them and, well, I gotta do that sooner than later, actually, because this is starting to get crazy. When you're pulling out wings, or where you're pulling out anything from a set number of polygons, it's going to deform pretty quickly because you're actually grabbing polygons and stretching them. I can't figure out how to do it where it pretty much dynamically adds more geometry whenever I want. It's just not something I've figured out just yet. But I'll get there. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Uh-oh. Didn't realize my iPad was running out of juice here. Let's see. Not to worry, I got a cable here somewhere. All right, this might do. All right, just plugged it in. Might have to. I plugged it into power. It might have to, like, reboot this thing or something. Hang on. Yeah, this is an unusually technologically challenging stream today, if you didn't notice. I don't even think this is charging. Yeah, it's not charging. All right, stand by. I'll go grab something to make sure that I can charge and keep going, because I'm not turning off this stream until this guy's done. Stand by one. Okay. All right, so I got a few solutions here. I'm going to try them out in real time. You'll see. All right, so now we're charging. And Let's see if that was enough to bring this thing back. There we go. Which thing was I on? Big screen share? Yeah, there we go. Here we go. All right. How did that guy move over there? Okay. What was I doing before? That one? Okay, there we go. That's why I was over here. Okay. That'll do. All right. Let's keep working on this thing. Hey. Alex, Errol. Oh. EJ, what's up, my friend? It was good to see you, man. Ambar, what's up? All right, so let's see here. Got to retopologize. Whenever I retopologize, that's me adding or redoing the mesh. It basically goes in and adds all the pixels that it needs for me to continue working and manipulating stuff. You'll see. I'll show you right now, actually. And remember, I have a very rudimentary understanding of this stuff, but if you look, I used a voxel remeshing that turns all of the little tiny polygons into squares, basically. So if you look at what it looked like before I did that. Wait, hang on. You'll see that it was a lot of stretched out, messed up polygons that are all clipping in and out of each other. But then the voxels makes it a lot more uniform and a lot more simple, actually. So I want these to look kind of like feathers. So we're going to start dragging some stuff out. Yeah, it does look a bit like a Ninja Turtles villain or character, doesn't it? Let me smooth this out first before I start messing with it. One thing I wish that this had, and it might have one, and I just don't know about it. I kind of wish it had a brush that allows you to add or remove polygons like in the moment. Like I mean, like on whatever surface that you click. That was a pretty good feature that used to be in this app called Sculptress that I use. This is from the makers of ZBrush. Right, we'll give him a couple of little feather-like protrusions here. Not too feathery because, you know, he's a moth, not a bird. It's almost supposed to look like torn up moth wings, maybe. Like if you had a giant moth wing and you were flapping it around, it probably would eventually tear up a little bit, I bet. So that's what this is supposed to look like. Smooth these out. That's not looking too bad, is it? Yeah. Oh, I didn't even know there was an online browser-based version of Nomad Sculpt. Thomas Anderson, that's interesting information. I wonder if it's as capable as the iPad version, because I really would love to be able to um, do sculpting on my desktop computer. I just can't seem to find anything that's. No, this is not good. That's a bit. I don't even know why I started doing that. I would really like to be able to use my desktop computer because it's definitely more powerful than my iPad. Right now I'm using a Mac Mini, like an M1 Mac Mini. And I don't have an M1 iPad. So I know it's the Mac is more powerful. But I just I don't really have any good alternatives to Nomad Sculpt as is right now that I know. So I am determined to learn Blender though. So eventually I'll be able to use that, and I'm sure it'll be much more powerful and capable than this iPad app. Well, I assume anyway. Could be wrong, really. Maybe I should. I don't know if I should trim this or should just move it and manipulate it into the shape that I need. Kind of want it to have like this angled look, similar to the way this looks on top of here. Chelly Bean, what is up, my friend? Long time no see. Glad you're well. Flatten. We'll try that. Flatten it and then smooth it out. Yeah, this isn't going as smoothly as I wanted, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. You can always go back. You can always change, edit, do what you gotta do. Yeah, Battletoads. I could see that too. Now the wings, I'm not sure. I think the wings are a little bit too big here. Might have to make them a little smaller. Let's see. Yeah, that might be a little bit better for the scale. Whoa. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of this Mothman character defying the laws of physics, where his wings don't look like they should support him, but they do. Okay. All right. Yeah, that'll do. I think that looks good. Yeah, it looks real freaky. All right. So now I can start kind of blending these wings into his back area. I'm going to have to remesh it for sure because these are. Uh-oh. Definitely a lot of. I'm definitely stretching the polygons a lot. Real far. Alright, so now maybe I can add a little bit of clay here to help blend it in. Alright, I'm going to remesh before I do that. And if anybody comes across this video who knows better techniques for what the way I'm doing this stuff, please do let me know, because I'm always trying to learn, especially when it comes to cool stuff like this that would really benefit me to be good at. Move these. Kind of want to just submerge them a little bit into the back area. Oh, whoops. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. So Mr. Dan says the one account of the Mothman chasing a car mentioned that the wings were outstretched, but seemed like they had nothing to do with his ability to fly. That's what I like. I mean, if you look at the picture of the Mothman that I drew originally, it doesn't look like he's actually using the wings at all. It looks like they're just there and he's kind of just floating. And I really like the idea of that. I think I could change the materials in this. Let me mess around with this and see. I think I can like paint and stuff. There we go. Adds a little bit of a little bit of realism to it, I guess. Where's the wireframe on for that? I turned it on, that's why. Okay, so this is a pretty decent representation of what I would be using in the remake of this thing, the cryptid scroll video that I made. I just want to do a 3D. I don't know if I'm going to animate the actual characters, maybe have little tiny animations with each one. But like the werewolf will maybe be like kind of breathing and, huffing and puffing. Maybe the demon's wings will flap a little bit or move. Almost look like you're on a ride at Disney World going through just a scary area and you see the animatronics kind of just moving the same way over and over again. I think that'd be a good way to like test or train my abilities with all this stuff. But yeah, let's take another look at this guy, because I think it came out pretty good. Yeah, since it's going to be mostly silhouette, I don't know how much detail I want to do in the wings, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's just add a little bit. Why not? Where's the clay at? All right, so we'll add a little bit of detail so it doesn't look so stark. The differences between the body and the rest of it. Suno Scion. That sounds like one of those, or the message that they sent looks like one of those troll scam accounts or something like that. There's been a lot of scams lately online that I've been noticing. Why is this thing all the way back here? This needs to be going this way. Uh-oh, this is not going to be easy, is it? Not going to make it easy on me, are you? Should have picked up on this a long time ago, so it's kind of my fault. It's actually completely my fault. I think I could figure it out, though. Yeah, I just gotta carefully reshape everything so it doesn't destroy itself. Okay, I think it's mostly there. Let's use a smooth brush. We might lose a little bit of the length of this thing, but it's all right. That's fine. I think that'll do. Gotta cut that part off though. Oh, okay. Yeah, that worked out. Didn't ruin the entire model. It's so, I mean, this whole thing is kind of janky because I don't completely, I haven't mastered this process for sure. But I mean, I know enough for it to be enjoyable and to generally get the results that I want from it. Maybe I can pinch the ends of this area and make it a little bigger. Just to flatten these out so it doesn't look so bulbous. Yeah, I think that's working well. We'll have to see. Gotta look at the other angles. Let's see what's up. Anybody playing Elden Ring? The game just came out. Been thinking about getting it. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm glad you like the idea about the making the 3D version of the animation. See, as far as I know, in the research that I've done, when you go in into Blender and you start modeling these things with more manageable amounts of polygons, it's a lot easier to make changes where, like, say for example, I would like for these wings to bowl out a little bit more. But in order to do that, as far as I know, it would be very, very difficult, tedious, time consuming, basically a waste of time if I wanted to really change the overall shape of these wings. But I mean, if you have much better topology, meaning doing more with many fewer polygons, then you can kind of grab those little things and move them around and reshape them as you see fit. And that would be great to be able to do. And I will be able to do that someday using Blender. Just today doesn't happen to be that day. Yeah, I'm a little unshaven right now. My face is getting fuzzy. It's not normally how I do things, but you know, I wanted to jump online. I didn't feel like shaving, so I didn't shave. Somebody's gonna have to sue me. Let me see. Maybe I can at least bowl this out a little bit. Not over there. Maybe over here. Oh, look at that. That wasn't that bad. I guess I stand corrected. Yeah, I sure can do that in this program without too much hassle. Imagine that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Aesthetic Wave. Hello there, my friend. Good to see you. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the way I want it to look. I saw a pose function here somewhere. Let me see if I could find it. Could have sworn I saw one. It was like pose mode or something. I gotta find that. All right. Let me, I'm gonna save this. And then let's go in and try to figure out where this pose mode is. If there is such a thing. View, no. I feel like it was in one of these menus up here. Look at that. So it's kind of going to look a bit like that when I do the, what do you call it? Oh, aesthetic wave. Cryptids unite. Indeed, my friend. Let us unite. This is my I Heart Cryptids mug. Certainly feel united. Thank you for the super chat, my dear friend. You are awesome. Where am I at? Here we go. Uh-oh. There we go. Yeah, I should have looked at it like this a long time ago. This looks pretty sick. I am digging it. Wait a minute. I think I had I think I still have the wireframe turned on there. Yeah, look at that. That looks awesome. So imagine the this thing scrolling by, and this guy's going to be posed, but it's going to look like this instead of like that little guy. Oh my goodness. So many alarms. That's what happens when I wasn't expecting on doing a stream. Okay, pose mode. I might go on my phone real quick and see if I can find where this pose mode is, if it even exists at all. Aesthetic Wave, you said you didn't get your merch. That's unacceptable. You did. I think I sent an email to them on your behalf, and they said they were going to follow up. If you can remind me, like send me another email or something, and with your order number and stuff, and I'll reach out to them again, maybe a little bit more energetically this time. Thank you, Sharni. I have to say, Sharni, it's interesting that your name is spelled that way, but it's pronounced in such a different, unexpected way. I would have never guessed that. Can I ask, where does your name originate from? Yeah, Waif, I don't like that. I don't like that they didn't give you your merch. That's not acceptable. Not even a little bit. I'm going to add a little bit more detail in this so it looks cooler. I know it doesn't make a whole lot of sense the way this is. I mean, it's just like, maybe I should make like layers. Just make it look a little bit more leathery, cloth-like, or organic looking. There we go. I would have gotten in so much trouble with my mom for drawing something like this back in the day. She was, when I was a kid, she was very sensitive about unnatural looking things like this. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. I am not gonna lie. I'm quite happy with this. I think it looks dope. What do you guys think? All right, I'm looking it up on my phone, and it looks like there is some kind of um, posing feature. I just need to look around at this for a second. And I know I saw the word pose in here. Hey, thank you for the super chat, Tariko. I appreciate it, my friend. Thanks very much. Yeah, the light reflection, I think it's called like matte cap or something. It's such a big difference if you look. I mean, the way it was before. Oh, look at that. That looks cool too. The way it was before was it was just like this. Just like it was almost like clay. But when you go into here, You can change it to all different types of materials. That one looks pretty cool too. Yeah, I'll stick with this one. Looks crazy. I'll probably stick with this this shiny black one for now, just because I like the way it looks. I'm looking for the posing thing. Okay, hold on. One of my songs isn't playing. Just gotta find it real quick. Oh, that was not a pleasant noise. My bad. Let's see here. I'm just gotta find this journey into the net. Okay, there we go. That should work now. This is really crazy because I could have sworn I saw a feature for that. And why is my video so delayed on this thing? Yeah, this is all crazy, guys. Logitech. Hang on. Okay, there we go. All right, now that's on point the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, there's certain things I recently, I should probably mention this to you guys. I recently changed all my my entire setup is now Mac, and it went to Mac from Windows, because I was going to school. I got a Mac computer because I was learning, coding and stuff like that. And I decided to go Mac. And my Mac, as far as running programs and exporting things, it's way faster than my old Windows laptop that I've been using for years, the one that you've always seen me using. But there's so many little tiny quirks with the Mac versus Windows that some things just don't work the same, some things don't work at all, and you never know what's going to happen until you actually get into it and do it. So that's what we're kind of learning now. This is the first stream that I've done with the Mac, as far as I can tell, as far as I remember. All right, I'm gonna, I'm taking a picture of this guy, of this Mothman guy, so that I can upload it to Instagram, so everybody can see what they missed out on when of us having some fun here and sculpting, because this has been pretty fun so far. Yeah. Okay, so kind of going to wind down at this point. Should I do a bulge here? I don't know. I feel like it looks really empty. Maybe I'll give him a little. I'll give him a little something there. Him or her. I don't know what this moth. Well, it is Mothman, but we kind of gave it that name, didn't we? We never asked it what it was. Looks kind of like a man, I guess, but whatever. Who knows? Might be a little presumptuous of us. But this individual is, he's got to have something there. A little something there. That's good. I think that'll do. Yeah, I mean I love Windows, and I'm waiting for Windows to come out with something similar to the M1 chip for the Mac, like where it's the best thing about this Mac and the main reason why I switched to it is because not only that it's very powerful, much more powerful in some ways than the 5-year-old Windows laptop that I had, but there's no fan in this Mac, the Mac Mini that I have. It's completely silent, so it's literally right here. I'm touching it right now, and you'll never hear any noise from it because it's pretty much silent. I don't think there's a fan in it at all. I might be wrong, but I've never heard the fan turn on, no matter what I'm doing in here. So that's the biggest thing. I had to have the laptop, the Windows. It was an Alienware Windows laptop. I had to have it outside of the studio because it was so loud. Even just streaming or doing audio editing and stuff like that, thing would be like basically screaming. So that was really a no-go. And now I don't have to worry about that. I can have everything right here, and it works out great. Maybe I think I can add lights, can't I? Pretty sure I can add lights. I don't know if I can move them though. Informative content, says lovely voice. Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate that. Maybe add a light here. I don't even know if I'll be able to see the light in the matcap mode. No, I guess not. Where can I see the light though? Yeah, the matcap ignores the lights. Yeah, whatever. That's fine. Okay, so like I said, the plan is to take this guy. I wonder if you could just have him like spin around, like do a turntable effect. Take this guy and put in, what do you call it? Put him into Blender, rig him so that he can actually be posed and put into a scene similar to the scene up here, where I will be animating him and a bunch of other cryptid creatures. And that would be really awesome. I would really enjoy being able to do that at some point in the near future. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to jump off of here at this point. Been on for about exactly 2 hours. Wow, look at that. You want this as a Diablo character? Yeah, I guess that would be pretty cool. He looks like he'd be unsuspecting, like an unexpected huge problem for you if you ran into him, because he looks weird, looks a little fragile and frail, but he'll probably mess you up. Yeah. Well, anyway, for those of you who came and hung out today, especially at no notice, as I always like to do, thanks a lot, and especially those who super chatted, donated. Appreciate you all and hanging out while I powered through this struggle. Thanks to Cindy, Aesthetic Wave, Tariko for your super chats, and the conversation, everything. Oh, Sharni, I never saw your response there. It's part the Cyan or Shan part is Welsh. Oh, I see. Okay, Shani, I get it. Sharni. Well, wait, Sharni. Yeah. Okay. Hey, there you go. I learn something new every day. All right, y'all. Well, hey, yeah, I'm going to get out of here with no further ado. Take care. I hope you all are well. Have a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy the week. Be productive. Be nice. And I will see you all next time. Maybe next time I'll even have some stories to read. We'll see. My sister is working on another one for me right now. All right, y'all. Take care. Thanks. Love you guys. Oh, yeah. I'm Mr. X, and may your nights be full of dreams. Later.